Ooh, it's a little chilly out here. It is the week of the 12th of November. We are actually getting into the fall. That also means this is a physical reminder that Giving Tuesday is upon us. 2 weeks left until November 27th. And today we're going to talk about equivalent giving and how we're going to use that to spur others on as we set a culture of generosity in your community. Hey, I'm Kenny Jang with Generosity Labs. As you hopefully have been following along, we've been counting down to Giving Tuesday. Just a reminder, Giving Tuesday is the Tuesday after Cyber Monday. The Cyber Monday is the Monday after Black Friday. Black Friday is the Friday after you have a coma from the food intake on Thanksgiving, right? This year it's on Tuesday, November 27th, and we've been talking about all the different tactics to get prepped to make the most out of Giving Tuesday this year. This week, I want to talk about modeling our giving. We need to make sure that you as the leader, others in your community that are stakeholders, remember that Fantastic Four, the four concentric circles? There needs to be examples from each of those circles to really show up and be a model for giving. You need social proof in the community so that people see other people around them giving on Giving Tuesday. So I hope that makes sense. You're basically concretizing the experience for someone. Is concretizing even a word? But you're making it concrete in someone's mind as to what they're getting for the actual donation they're deciding to give. Second one is you're humanizing, you're personalizing. People like to give to people, not institutions or these big impersonal campaigns. So they want to see and envision in their creative minds how they can be helping somebody else. And after all, that's what we're all about at the church. It's all about relationships in the end. And so folding this giving into this equivalent framework allows your people to start to imagine how their giving can be effective and impactful. And also then it allows them to share with others and gives them a word of mouth tactic for how they can share the opportunity with their friends and family. So we want to pull 8 examples ideally. If you're a small church, you might not have enough people, but 2 in each category. So we want the senior leadership to have 1 or 2 people. You want your staff to have 1 or 2 people. You want your key donors to have 1 or 2 people, and also your key volunteers to have 1 or 2 people. Those are the types of examples you want to set publicly and announce as you get closer to Giving Tuesday, but you need to get their commitment now, right? Their permission and commitment. And so basically what you want to say is, Frank is really jazzed about Giving Tuesday this year, about supporting the campaign, and he's going to give X dollars, which is equivalent to, and you need to translate it into some sort of impact. If you're giving to a homeless shelter, it might be, it's equivalent to a new bed, or replacing some of their old equipment, etc., etc. If it's a food pantry, it might be, hey, someone's giving $25, it's equivalent to giving 5 meals or a meal a day for a week for 1 person. You want equivalence to translate into something concrete, because money is so hard to grasp in terms of concept, and you want to make something more concrete so people actually see the tangible benefit, the ROI, on when they choose and make that decision to give and be a part of your campaign. So you're trying to recruit at least 2 in each category. That way you can announce on social media, you can announce it in emails, you can announce it from the stage, but you want to be able to share everyone's plan that they want to participate. Again, this is more about participation, not about the dollar amount. And you need to stress that. You need to even explicitly say, our goal is to have 100% participation. It's not about the dollar. It's about you signing up, coming on board, and making a statement that our community cares about the cause that we've been dedicated to in this campaign for Giving Tuesday. But the key concept here is you want to translate everything in terms of a message from a dollar amount into equivalent giving, so that you give people ideas and they can latch onto one of those different levels and then take the model and repeat it in their own personal behavior. It is a bit nippy out here. It is November. I'm gonna speed up my walk to finish it for the day, but hope you can chew on that today and leave a comment below. Ask questions, share some of the ideas that you are doing, help model it for others. Let's have this conversation, because this year you can have the best Giving Tuesday ever. Find out the transcript, other resources, other episodes from the series at our website, www.generositylabs.org. And don't forget, we've got a podcast under the same name, the Generosity Labs Podcast. I'd love for you to listen in to that as well. I'm Kenny Jang. We'll check you out here in a couple of days for the countdown to Giving Tuesday.
Thanks for checking out the Generosity Labs podcast. Generosity and giving as it relates to the church is one of the biggest and most important conversations we can have across faith communities. That's why we're here. On the Generosity Labs podcast, hosted by Kenny Jang, we will talk to pastors, consultants, service providers, and other church leaders. We're going to discuss the current trends, models, and best practices for developing giving as a robust part of your community life, and how you can get a culture of generosity to flourish from the inside out. Join us every week right here for the Generosity Labs podcast. Check out www.generositylabs.org for more details and fantastic free resources made available just for you and your church.